Name is Juan Fernandez from the Película in Puerto Rico. Hey guys, thank you so much for taking the time to
Hey,
talk
hi.
about Dogman. I will be directing questions individually so we can sort of make the virtual situation work. So, Isla, how long did it take you to sort of find your sort of broadcast reporter voice? Because you get to talk in that from your character gets to talk in that for most of it. And I think it's funny that it's what she thinks she's supposed to sound like. So I wonder how quickly did you find it?
Honestly, that was all Peter. Peter Hastings, our director and writer, he's also the voice of Dogman, and he had such a clear vision for how he wanted her to sound and the speed and cadence of her voice. So we just worked on making it quicker and keeping it, Australian, but not making it so that it sort of alienates American audiences and they can understand her. And she's searching for the truth and she's always on the job and she's so professional. So it was just fun to kind of jump into that role.
Okay, thank you for that. So, well, Rel, let me ask you this, because as the chief in the story, in this type of story, you get to do two things. You get to scream and you have to push the exposition. With what the movie does with your character and the exposition is so fun. Do you think you're cured of ever being bored by that type of dialogue for any other movie that you do because of what you did in this one?
Well, no, it's so funny because me playing irritated is how I am most of the time. So it was actually easy to do cheap. And so like it's one of those things like my kids are gonna be, even when they saw the trailer, they was like, oh yeah, this is dad being irritated. Because like when we go to restaurants and stuff, like it's a lot like me more than what people think. So it's like being irritated and having heart at the same time. It's a mixture of kind of who I am.
Yeah, I feel the same. I have the same personality. I thought it was
Yeah.
menopause, but I'll take it. I'm irritated all the
Maybe
time.
maybe for the sequel they can switch bodies and you can or something. I don't know. All right, so this is a question for both of you, but Isla, I can answer first. Which experience in your life, be it professional or personal, would you like to experience again in a movie montage type of situation? Because I think that's one of the funniest sequences in the movie. It's like this is going to be a movie montage, and you kind of get to it makes fun of that device. So uh,
Oh my gosh, you go first. You go
You want
first.
me to go
kind of
first?
think about it.
Oh wow, a montage thing. It feel like I'm from the stand up world too. It's kind of watching like it'll be fun to watch my stand up life of me just discovering stand up for the first time and
Uh-huh.
watching Eddie Murphy and go through that montage and then me actually doing it and not doing well, then getting better and better and better and then ending up in movies and TV. So I don't know. Maybe that's a cool montage. I don't know.
That
That's
is a cool
that is a
montage.
very good montage. So now
Dang,
now
I
you have
wish
the
I'd gone
pressure of
first
matching that.
now.
Yeah, I
I'd
know.
go with I'd go with probably my teenage like dating life during that period. I think it'd
Ah,
be a really funny montage. Like when I dated a skater boy, I dressed as a skater. When I dated a surfer, I dressed as a surfer. And I used to just take on the identity. I never actually went on any dates with them, but I just would, sadly try to
Did
appropriate
you date
their.
anybody that did mimes?
I actually went to class. That I wanted to do myself.
all right. So last question. I mean, it's just you in the booth with the director, and the movie has such a sort of comedic, awesome energy. Do you get to feel that while you were recording it with Pete? Because I'm under, I don't know if it's a surprise to you when you actually get to watch the movie. Little
No,
Ralph.
it was fun in my booth. It was really fun. There was a lot of, there was our producer, there was the director, it was a great vibe. They always gave the greatest snacks. Like sometimes when you do animated movies, you show up and it's a bag of dried nuts and like a Diet Coke. I was like, there was sushi and a fruit platter. And so I was like famished and arrived, had a full meal, mucked around. It was a laugh.
So Peter was so much fun to work
Yeah.
with. Like seriously, like I had so much fun. And this is the thing about it, me being a fan. Like when I found out he did Pinky and the Brain,
Mm.
it blew my mind, which was what's one of my favorite. It was like one of those first cartoons for me that I had a hard laugh as a kid. Like yo, this is
Mm.
hysterical. But man, it was so much fun. And I'm not even just saying that. I had a lot of fun working on this movie. It was a lot of laughing. It was one speech in there that I remember when I went to a screening that I laugh at all the time about where Chief just goes through this run of just saying whatever, and it was one of the hardest things I ever had to do. And just me kind of like cursing at Peter every time he asked me to do it was so funny.
All right. So thank you for sharing that, and it shows on screen. So you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so
Bye.
much.
Bye bye.